welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that could be a total game changer for independent musicians. We're going to go way beyond just using AI for little tricks and start talking about how to build AI agents. Think of them as strategic partners that help you build a real, sustainable career totally on your own terms.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a problem that I'm sure feels incredibly familiar. It's this constant pressure, right? To not just be a musician, but also a producer, a publicist, a booking agent, and a full-time social media manager. It's an impossible workload. And this quote, it just nails it. That constant grind of marketing, that's where the passion so often goes to die.
So here's how most of us are using AI right now. It's like a vending machine. You pop in a prompt, you get a little snack-sized answer, like a caption for an Instagram post, and then the whole transaction is over. But the real power, the real game changer, comes from a simple mindset shift. What if, instead of asking AI for these tiny little favors, you actually gave it a full-time job? You turn it from a vending machine into a dedicated worker. And that, right there, is what an AI agent is. We're not talking about some sci-fi robot here. It's a really practical way of thinking about AI as a digital team member that you can build and direct right now. So how does that actually work? Think of an AI agent like this. It's a system that you designed to work on its own. You give it a goal, you set the rules, and it just works step by step to get the job done, all without you having to babysit and micromanage every single little detail. It plans, it executes, and it remembers, all while you're in the studio, actually making music. And this slide really makes that shift crystal clear. You stop asking, hey, write me a post, and you start commanding, okay, you are now the social media manager for my new single. See the difference? The agent isn't just spitting out text anymore. It's actually thinking strategically about your release. It's building a system that creates real momentum. And to make this happen, you just need to understand the simple framework that's powering the whole thing. And trust me, this isn't about complex coding or anything like that. It's all about giving the AI a clear structure to work inside of. So it all breaks down into these 4 key parts. First, you give it a role. You define its exact job. Simple enough. Second, you set the rules. These are your non-negotiables, right? Your tone, your ethics, your brand. Third, it needs memory, so it can actually learn from what works and what doesn't. And finally, you give it tools, which just means connecting it to the other software you already use. Now, this part is absolutely crucial. The rules are what make the agent yours. This is where you bake in your unique artistic voice, your ethical red lines, your budget, and the specific audience you're trying to reach. The rules are basically the firewall that protects your art from becoming just some generic AI junk. All right, so that's the theory. Let's make this feel a bit more real. Let's look at how this builds into a practical digital team that can handle the specific work that's just draining your creative energy, starting right inside the studio.
I mean, just think about all the creative momentum that gets totally lost to friction. You get stuck on a lyric, you're second-guessing a chord change, or you just plain run out of steam. An agent can be designed specifically to fight that friction.
So meet your songwriting agent. Its job isn't to write songs for you, not at all. Its job is to act as a tireless creative partner. It's like having the perfect bandmate who's always ready to explore an idea, never gets frustrated, and is always there to help you push through those creative blocks. It can suggest different rhyme schemes, or maybe point out an emotional theme in your lyrics you didn't even realize was there. But you are still the one making every single creative decision. The agent is just a tool to help you explore your own ideas more deeply and ultimately finish better songs, not just faster ones. Okay, now let's talk about production. Most indie artists are working alone, right? Which means you don't have some seasoned engineer listening over your shoulder. And it's so easy for tiny technical issues to slip past and just completely undermine a great performance. And this is where a production quality control agent is just invaluable. Its job is boring, and that's exactly what makes it so powerful. It acts as your second set of ears, handling all those tedious technical checks so you can stay focused on the emotion, on the art. So this agent is going to flag things like digital clipping, phase issues between your mics, or those problem frequencies that might make your mix sound harsh on a laptop or all muddy in a car. Basically, it handles the math and the physics, protecting your creative vision from those totally avoidable technical mistakes. And finally, let's circle back to the biggest energy drain of them all for indie artists, that relentless, all-consuming pressure to market yourself 24/7. A marketing agent is so much more than just a fancy post generator. It's a strategic system that actually understands your long-term goals, like you want to sell more tickets or grow your email list, and it executes entire campaigns to get you there. It's the part of your team that works while you're rehearsing or on tour or even when you're sleeping.
So instead of you scrambling to post something, anything, it plans and schedules whole campaigns. It adopts your core message for each platform, and this is huge. It adjusts its strategy based on what's actually working in the real world. This is how a solo artist starts to operate with the kind of leverage a record label has. Not by shouting louder, but by building a smarter system.
And here's maybe the most empowering part of all this. You do not need to write a single line of code to do this. You can start building your first agent inside tools you probably already use, like ChatGPT. The only real prerequisite isn't technical skill, it's clarity. Clarity about what you want to achieve and who you are as an artist.
So when you zoom out, what's the really big idea here? This isn't just about being more productive or efficient. No, this is about fundamentally changing your relationship with an industry that is often designed to exploit your time and your passion. For decades, being an independent artist has basically meant providing free labor to social media platforms and algorithms that really don't care about your art. Agents are how you flip that script. They don't make you less of an artist, they protect you from being treated like a content machine. And this just sums it up perfectly. The music industry's biggest players have always run on systems, on teams, processes, and data. That kind of leverage isn't locked away anymore. Now you have access to it too. You can finally stop feeding the algorithm and start building your own momentum for a career that's actually built to last. Because, look, like it or not, AI is here. It's already reshaping the industry. The only real question left is who's going to control it? Are you going to use these tools to strengthen your independence and protect your creative fire? Or are you going to let somebody else use them to leave you behind? The power to decide, that's yours.